Everybody, and welcome back to General Mechanics Part 3, Modifying Your Honda. Right, we're at the stage now where we're going to put the template now onto wood. We're going to draw around the template now. It's up to you how you cut it. You can cut it with a jigsaw. I'm going to use a hacksaw blade. I just prefer the precision, the precision of the cut. And so let's get on with it. Let's get it drawn, and then I'll get it cut out, and then I'll show you what it's like afterwards, and then we'll do a bit of sanding on it. Right then, so once you've drawn around it, you want to take your bit of paper off and see what you've got left. This is what I've got here. I know it doesn't look exactly straight in some areas, but like I said, when it comes to the sanding, I'll straighten a few bits out because this is only a piece of cardboardy type plywood at the end of the day. So I'm going to go outside now. I'm going to go and cut this. Like I said, I'm going to do mine with a hacksaw. You can do it any way you want. You can do it with a jigsaw. You could even do it with a cutting disc because this isn't very thick, and just whiz it out. So I'm going to go and cut this with a hacksaw now, and then I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. Right then everyone, this is what it looks like after you've cut it out. I couldn't find my hacksaw blade in the end, so I had to go with the cutting disc, which, as you can see, does do a pretty good job. All that's left now is just to sand out these rough areas now and just give it a general shape. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a blinking good sand now. So I'm going to have a look for my good sandpaper, which I did have quite a fair whack at that, so I don't know what I've done with that. Alright, I've put it somewhere. Find it now. Sandpaper. I have got loads of it somewhere. I'm sure I had it in here actually. Sure I did. For all my filling and all my bits and my bobs. No, it's not in there. It's in the bottom one. No. Where did I put my sandpaper? Alright, I know what I'll do. I'll use one of these sandpaper discs that I got. That'll do. So I'm going to give it a sand with one of these now, and I'll show you what the end result looks like. Right then, I've been sanding it now for about 5-10 minutes. This is what we're left with now. Just a nice piece that sits up in there, inside the dash. It's inexpensive, this piece of wood. I've got bits of it lying around in my shed, so altogether this build's going to cost me about 30p all in all, but that's how it's going to sit. Let's test fit it around the actual computer now, and that's what should fit like around the computer. Once the leverette's on, it'll be a lot tighter. I have left a bit of leeway for it to push in. So I'm going to go and have a look now for my leverette, and we'll get on with the leverette process now. And I'm going to have to dig out my stapler as well, which I haven't used in a while. So I'm going to go and find that, and I'll be right back. Right then, I've got my leverette now. It's just a off-cut black piece that I've got lying about. What you want to do is, depending on the size of what you're using, just lay it flat down. Just draw roughly around the piece that you're going to be using. It doesn't have to be anything brilliant. I mean, as you can see, mine's not perfect. Just draw around it as near damn it close as you can, just so you give yourself a bit of leeway for the staples. You want to keep these tops down a bit on the leverette, because obviously when you fold over the two edges, they're going to double up quite bad. And so what you want to do is, when you're starting to get ready to staple it, turn the piece the right way around that you're going to be using. Let's get that out of the way. And then place your leverette over the top, and then turn it so it's facing back to you like that, and then you can start stapling. So I'm going to grab my stapler now. I'm going to start the stapling process, and I'll show you a little bit as I start, and then the end result. Right then everybody, that's what it looks like when you start it off. I always start with the inner edges and the outer edges last. If I flip it over for you, that's what it's going to look like. It's nice and taut. It's going to get a bit tricky when you come to this bit, but you should be alright. Once you get started and you get used to it, no problem. So I'll carry on, and I'll show you what it looks like with the computer in, all done. Right then, this is what it looks like when the leverette's all been fully stapled. I'll show you what it looks like on the back, like that. And you don't need to actually staple the leverette for the whole of the computer. I found it was easier just to cut the leverette and then just push the computer in, and basically it holds itself in, really, because it's so tight fitting. And that's what it looks like. Well, that's what it will look like when it's been held together with the magnets. So I'm going to end part 3 now, and then we'll be back with part 4, which should be putting the magnets in, drilling the hole into the back, and then going into the car and installing it. So I'm going to have a look now, see if I can find my magnets, and away we go. This is General Mechanic signing off.